We're working on something a little different today. A small block El Camino. I believe this is a 73. This interior though, I gotta show you guys this interior. It is incredible. It's all snake. Beautiful car. And today we are working on the AC system since it is not working at all. The engine did have to get swapped in this car, so I guess they just didn't hook up the vacuum system from what I see, because we got our infamous little vacuum container here. This is for the AC, goes down into there, into the AC system. So if that's not hooked up to engine vacuum, then none of the AC controls work and the AC doesn't work. He also had a new compressor installed on this car. I don't believe it's been charged, so I'm going to do a vacuum down on it. I'm going to check that it has oil inside of the compressor first, so I can just add Freon to it after I vacuum it, and we'll be good to go. And I just got to hook up a vacuum line, and we should have fully functional AC on this car. Real quick and easy. Let's get to it. Well, unfortunately, the El Camino over here wasn't as simple as I thought it was going to be, because whoever did put this HC compressor in did not put the low pressure switch on the back of the compressor, so there's just a big ass gaping hole. So there's no way to vacuum it or add Freon because it just instantly leaks out. But luckily that's not the main reason I'm here. That was just a little side project. I've got these control arms to change out, which, let me see if I can get you. That bushing's all ripped up. And then if I can get these, let me put some flash on here. Yeah. This is a 2012 Ford Fusion with 200,000 miles on it, and he did bring it to a shop and they said, oh, your control arm's bad, gotta change those out. So they're like, okay, change them out. So they changed out the rearward lower control arm, which is brand new, but they didn't change this one out, and they didn't change the upper out. So basically now he's spending twice as much because he had to buy the kit that comes with both rearward, forward, and the upper for both sides. So that's what I'm digging into now, is changing out those 4 control arms. The 2 have already been replaced. I'm going to set up a little time lapse here. Luckily it's starting to get a little cool. It's getting a little cloudy, so not too bad. It's only about 1 o'clock, so hopefully I'll be done with this about 2:30, 3 o'clock. We'll see. Well, if you notice in that time lapse, things aren't going too well. I ended up changing out this upper control arm. That's very easy. It's just this lower one down here. Yeah. My ball joint popping tool is not big enough for that lower ball joint, weirdly. So I have to go find a big ass pickle fork and just beat the shit out of it. Which I hate pickle forks, and they usually never work, but that's our only option. Not a good day. Not a good day, but I got both uppers in on both sides. Those are easy. It's just the freaking lowers, the ball joints would not separate from the knuckle. I would need an air hammer to really get those in there, but I was absolutely destroying that ball joint, so I had to stop before I damaged it beyond the point where it wouldn't work anymore. So I just told the guy he has to go to a shop. But yeah, look at what I did to this pickle fork. That was brand new out of the box. Brand new. I just bought it like 20 minutes ago. Look at that shit. Did not work. And I was beating on that shit. There's just not enough space in there for this to even go in. So it was basically just curving out up against the other ball joint. That's the ball joint here, another ball joint right here for the other control arm. So yeah, my recommendation on if you want to do control arms on a 2006 to 2012 Ford Fusion, don't. Bring it to a shop. It's probably not going to come apart. Like, the upper control arms were easy because I had the proper tool to pop out those ball joints. The lower ones, those are big suckers and they were locked in there. Nothing I did could get them off. It's just, I needed to either melt them out or, yeah, use an air hammer and just beat the fucking shit out of them. But anyways, we got the uppers in there. I told the guy, he's not too upset about it. He already paid a shop to do the other set of lowers, so he'll just have him do the forward mounted ones. He already got the rearward mounted ones done, which are the bigger pain in the ass because you have to drop the back of the subframe to do, because there's not enough room for the bolt to come out. Shout out to my boys with E36s about those toe arms. If you know, you know. Basically the same situation on these lower control arms and the rearward ones. It's about all I got for this little adventure. Just got to change out some light bulbs on a Ford Explorer, but that's nothing special. The light bulbs. So I'll probably see you back at the Accord, where we got some spicy stuff going on. So you might have been thinking, what's so spicy that's going on in the Accord that's not a turbo or anything? Well, I have to let you guys down. This is the speaker out of the door. The two rear shelf speakers were replaced. They just weren't hooked up. The two door speakers, one was missing on the driver's side. That was the passenger side. So we're at good old Best Buy trying to find some 6.5-inch speakers for the cheap. You'll see what I mean. Alright guys, scored out. Freaking idiots never measure their fucking speaker size, so there's always open box speakers at this Best Buy. That's only $4 off. But they were cheap ass speakers anyways, so I'm gonna throw them in the Accord, hook them up to the Volvo semi radio, and we'll be bumping. Man, I love Hondas, they're so easy. This one just screwed right on. All I had to do was disassemble this and take the two pins off, and the pins went right onto the speaker. So no cutting, no splicing, still original. Oh. So now I just gotta go do the other side and hook up the shelf speakers in the trunk, and we'll be all set on this sound system install. So after some fussing, I got the driver's side speaker working. I guess someone at some point depinned the connector for the radio, so that was interesting. So I just threw that pin in there, and I just looked in the trunk because I was 100% sure that there were two 6x9s already installed on the shelf. We got one, and we got none. So I need to go get some 6x9s, but I am not gonna do that today. Pretty sure that this one's hooked up. Yeah. It just ain't working. Okay, so I gotta get some new 6x9s for the back, but the front's bump. Not really. They're shitty little shallow speakers. They sound tinny as fuck, so there's no point. That's a little disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not going to lie. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that was there. That would have helped me at the junkyard. Anyways, yeah. That's about it. Probably gonna pick up this video tomorrow after work with some 6x9s. And just like that, it's the next day. We got a couple projects lined up. Of course, I'm gonna put in the 6x9s, which I did pick up at AutoZone. Employee discount for the win. Got these nasty ass Boss speakers, whatever, and I got some chrome trim because I'm sure someone, at least one person's noticed, but this whole trim piece is gone. And at the junkyard, there's no two doors, no two-door Accords. There was one that I got a couple things out of, but car was beat. Those were also gone. So
I'm going to go ahead and instead of trying to track down a car that has the actual trim, I'm just going to put this on there for now. I'm probably going to end up blacking it all out anyways, just because I don't like the chrome at all. But for right now, it's just going to be chrome because, you know, stock car. It's got to look stock. So we still got the chrome on the back here, chrome on the sides there, and I'm probably going to get a chrome Honda badge for the front and back, and new Accord badges. Just keep forgetting to order all this fun stuff. Like, yeah, that's about it. So I'm gonna jump in on that chrome trim, and we're gonna send those speakers straight into the back shelf there, and see if I need to screw with any of the wiring. Probably gonna have to. So yeah. Well, as you can see, it now has the chrome trim around it. You know, that we don't really talk about. It's recessed compared to the original trim, but you know, for 10 bucks, I got both sides done. I prepped the surface so it'll actually stick and stay stuck, and it's really hot out right now, so that shit ain't coming off, and it's just stuck on there. Like, it's a little bit wrinkly, but you know, you're not gonna tell. It's probably gonna fade in a couple years, but that ain't my problem, is it? Painting it black anyways, or I'm gonna go over it with some black tape. But right now the main focus is on these bad puppies over here. Look at that. If that doesn't scream quality, high end audio equipment, I don't know what does. Look, there's even a way that you can hook up there. There's blue LEDs in these. Who buys speakers because they have LEDs in them? And you have to go out of your way to hook them up to a clean power and ground. You can't just hook them up to the speakers. Some people, man. Got these speakers in, man. They're looking kind of hot. Yeah. Man, you should see the situation back here. At least in this Accord, the seats fold back. In the CL, the seats don't fold at all. You have to unbolt them and take them out. And then take the plastic pieces off, and then take the shelf out. And then you can change the speakers and the shocks, because the shocks are behind the seats. That was fun. But yeah, just gotta hook these up electrically. You know, got this nastiness out of there, and we got red and brown over here, and we got blue and gray over there, which that's pretty self-explanatory on the power and grounds. But like, I've never seen this with a set of speakers, but that's like a 12-foot super, like, what is this, 22 gauge, not even. Look how small that wire is, and these are rated for 500 watts. So I don't know what's going on here, because this wire definitely cannot deliver 500 watt or 250 watts, I guess, if they're talking about individual speakers. But yeah, it's just strange. So gonna go ahead and obviously cut like 11 feet off these wires and hook up these rear speakers. I'm not gonna put anything back together until I know they're working, because I made that mistake with the door yesterday, and yeah, only to find out that it was just the pin in the harness adapter for the radio. Oh well. So see you in a minute. So we're in the trunk of the Accord here. It's a little bit tight. Just gonna go ahead and get this wire all cut up. I didn't get much wire left over here. There's maybe an inch sticking out, so I'm just gonna go ahead and loop this around, leave a little bit of slack so I know where to cut, and then bring it back over here and give her a cut. So there's only like this much wire that I am not using, so got to do that for the other side, which thankfully does have quite a bit of wire left over, so that'll reach over no problem. Just got to put some electrical connectors on this and heat shrink it all up so it doesn't come back apart, and tuck it up a little bit maybe. So I forgot to show you guys, like, I got these really cool pair of flush cut little nippers that also have a beautiful wire stripper in the back of them. So I just got that little cable back off the speaker, and just do this, and there we go. nice and wire strip, so there's no fuss about it. I used to do this the old-fashioned way. Didn't really appreciate it. Man, that wire is so thin. God. There's only one thing in the world that's thicker than this, but I can't say it on YouTube. If you know, you know.
Okay, so we're good. Got all the speakers working, everything in the back's all back together, and now we gotta play some royalty-free music. Yeah. That is not playing right now, of course. I can't play the music on my phone while I'm filming with my phone, so you're just gonna have to take my word for it. I think it's about time to wrap this video up. If you liked it, like the video. If you want to see more, subscribe to the channel, because trust me, the only thing that's really left on this car, aside from the stupid little stuff that I'm doing to it now, is finally getting on that dyno. But full-time schedule at work means that can't really make an appointment anymore, since, yeah, by the time I get out of work, Eddie's closing up shop down in Pompano, so I'm gonna have to figure something out. Probably have to take a day off of work just to go down there, so I'm gonna make the appointment and figure that one out. But yeah, like and subscribe. Dislike the video if you don't like it. And if you don't like the video, why are you watching?